Vinyl siding, the most exciting beige piece of plastic that you'll ever attach to your home. All right, admittedly, this isn't a classic topic for a structural or wind engineer. It might not be as sexy as concrete or steel is, but it's incredibly interesting when you dive into it. I'll explain. In tornadoes or hurricanes, vinyl siding becomes the first line of defense for protecting your home against the elements. When it fails, it can cause a chain reaction of destruction across the entire home. And even if it doesn't go to that extreme, it might cause water and mold problems for years after. It also happens to fail a lot, costing the insurance industry millions of dollars in damages each year and having a devastating effect on the average North American home. My question today is, why does vinyl siding fail so often? And can we do anything to stop it? Now, as a wind engineering student, I focus on the force that wind puts on a building, known as a wind pressure. And designing for wind pressures on vinyl siding is actually a little bit strange and complicated. It's focused on trying to find this pressure equalization factor, which essentially says, well, I know not 100% of the wind is going to react with this, but how much is? Earlier studies have shown that 36% of the wind tends to react with vinyl siding. However, because wind is already so small of a load, they say that it is negligible, that no force is put on vinyl siding due to the wind, which is a little strange considering how many emails I get showing me wind damage vinyl siding. So what I did is I went back to that earlier study and tried to replicate it. By applying uniform pressures across the vinyl siding, I obtained, well, frankly, the same negligible result. However, something bugged me. I have never in my life experienced a wind that blew at the same speed and the same direction at the same time. And I'll bet you never have either. Wind is constantly changing. It's not uniform. A small key assumption made at the time due to the technology that was available that may be having a big effect on the results. This is where the bulk of my research comes in. My goal was to analyze the effect that realistic wind loads have on vinyl siding. To do this, I used some engineering magic to build a brand new testing machine, never before seen in industry, to apply for the first time realistic wind loads to vinyl siding. Lo and behold, it had quite a dramatic effect on the results. Instead of 36%, our results indicated that 80% of the wind reacts with vinyl siding, which is huge. No wonder vinyl siding is failing when it shouldn't be. It's not designed to the right number. The fix is also theoretically simple. Changing the design standard to match this new data can have such a positive impact on the people who are needlessly affected by these failures every year. Now, can we make a house tornado-proof? Doubtful. There will always be tornadoes that are strong enough to tear a house apart. But what we can do is start to make houses tornado resistant. And this is a great first step. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should sometimes sweat the small stuff. Thank you.